there, YouTube, and welcome to a 33-degree Friday the 19th of December. Look at that up there. That's not supposed to be the promise of the day, but that watch here is me talking about the weather. You can see the anti-rut's full of water. That's resided, but that was a little rectangle lake out there last night. Annie's like confused that she can't run in her anti-rut. She goes splash, splash, splash if she does. But we're gonna roll out, start ourselves a Friday. We gotta drop Christy off at the school for Raylynn's little recital thing she's doing. It can be so cute. All right, welcome to the day. 41 degrees and thankfully dry here in Vancouver.
We will take the drive.
It was nice when we left the house and dropped Christy off at the school for Raylynn and Eli's little Christmas thing, and
yeah,
it's nice driving along. Bam!
Here comes the
I
rain.
mean a downpour.
Yeah, she was wet.
And it slowly but surely got better until we peaked out here. Although it was blue skies, that disappeared on. But Mama, it's Friday.
Yay.
It's our little Christmas party thing here at work.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan calls and tells Kelly, says, hey, I'm going to buy pizza for ProCal. He's going to buy pizza for the whole store. Kelly, all of a sudden she jumps. She's looking at her watch, scrambling for her phone. I go, what in the world? I go, what's going on? He goes, Ryan's going to buy pizza for the store when the store is catering a whole big lunching thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that'd have been a disaster.
Poor kid, he would have just wasted all that money.
Oh, them salesman guys would have ate it all. And the kids.
Salesmen would eat dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mom.
All right, Paul.
Let's bust out a Friday.
All right.
All right. Miss you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
That was a fantastic Christmas dinner that we had. They catered it in. Man, that was good. I don't know who the caterer was, but that was really good. You know, the sad thing, this is probably, I don't know, how many years now? Not once, not one single time has Kelly been able to go up there and sit down and eat. All the kids, all the parts people just go, you know, it's ready, they leave. There's still customers roaming around up there. So Kelly gets stuck every single year. Not one time has she been able to sit down and relax and have her Christmas dinner. So I tried to wait for her till one of them finished and, you know, came up. And she finally forced me to go. Same thing every year. Not a single soul notices. Not a single soul cares. It's crazy. It's just that younger generation, they just have not one single drop of common sense. Man, I would get tore up as a kid. Oh man, if I did something like that, I mean, even 20 years ago, if you did something like that, wow, it was just crazy. And as you can see, because it's been like social hours since I got here, and it's 20 after noon already. There's a new literally nothing's touched since I left here last night. I don't think, other than picking up tools, I've done anything. So I'll dive into this thing, get the switch put in. I still didn't hear if they're doing the brake flush and stuff. You might be doing just the switch, and I'll take it. So people have said to me, you know, it's too bad you have to have buds to flush the fluid. You really do need buds to do it. It's just like Harleys. They, you know, every 2 years they want you flushing and running the pumps. If you absolutely can't do it, take it to a dealer and have a dealer do it and run the pump, because the Spyders are unique among other vehicles. I don't know of any motorcycle that you also have to bleed the you know, I think the old power assist brakes that the BMWs had, I don't know if you ever rode one of those things. Craziest thing ever. it seems like there was a VCM bleed on those. I'm pretty sure there was. But we quit taking those things in right away. It's funny how something gets to a certain point and even the manufacturer just abandons it. You know, there were no help. And, you know, we had no training with them, but the service writers would, at the BMW, they take it in. We don't have tools for it. We don't have the computers that they use that you hooked up to them with antiquated, and it was a mess. But anyway, back to the point, the Spyder, it's unique because you need to bleed the VCM as well. You go left, right, rear, VCM, left, right, rear, VCM. I go through it several times. And then, you know, there's a sequence where you go through and you run the pump. I like to get at least a full cycle going through, so there's nothing in there but the fresh fluid before I run the pump. Because I want, you know, because it's going to run that thing and it's going to push everything out of the VCM into the outgoing system. In other words, from the VCM to the wheels. And then, you know, when you run the pump, it's just going to pull fresh stuff in behind it. And what it does, it gets in front of the pump or outside the pump, and it comes out the wheels. I don't want to leave the junk in there. So anyway, that's the way I do it. Make sure it's very clean. It takes me anywhere from 2 to 3 bottles to do it. Usually about 2 minimum. With a really nasty, I keep going. It's like the BMWs. BMW had specifically an amount of fluid that you had to flush through the front and rear system. And BRP, I don't think they don't specify. But I just go, I've always just pushed a whole bunch, because even once the fluid is clear coming out of the wheels, I want to say the wheels, the wheel calipers, I want to just keep going because there's still residue in there. I want it out. So anyway, that's how I do it. But if you can't get it to a dealer, and you have, I don't know, I can't say for sure on the older ones like the twins, any of the Brembo brakes, these things will actually gravity feed like a car, or a gravity flush, I guess I should say. But you got to be careful. You know, run a hose, put it in, you know, some kind of a container, open it, pay attention to your reservoir, because you're not paying attention, you get air in that thing. If you get air in it, you absolutely have to get it to it. Now you've got an unsafe vehicle, and it's not at the dealer. And you get air in it, it's game over. To get that air out, you almost, well, I can guarantee, I've never seen a Spyder yet that air's got in it that I didn't have to run the pumps to get the full pedal pressure out of it. So if you take these things and gravity bleed them yourself, watch the reservoir, have your fresh bottle handy, and keep an eye on it. What I like to do is, like this one, you know, if I do it, well, you guys see me do it, I have that little light, so the light glows on the reservoir, so in a quick glance I can see if it's getting low. You don't want air to go down in there. Yeah, that's bad news, because you gotta remember, everything goes from the reservoir, and that what goes from the reservoir goes to the master cylinder. Well, on a Spyder, the master cylinder, it's actually a double master cylinder. It's one unit, but it does both front and rear. And anyway, it goes through the master cylinders, then to the VCM, and then to the wheels. Because the computer is the interrupt between all of that. You're pushing the pedal, and whatever pressure you're applying is being fed through the system. And then if there's an event, a VSS event or an ABS event, the VCM controls what it allows to go to the wheels. And it does it like, I think, several hundred times per second. They keep getting fast. I think they were like 100 times per second. in the older Spyders and the newer ones. You'll know, because especially if, with link braking, like on a motorcycle, if it's a slower one, if it's like 100 times per second, you'll actually feel the pulsing either through the lever, foot brake, or literally buzzing under your butt on a lot of motorcycles. The BMWs, a lot of times, are under the seat. Harleys are definitely underneath there. I know my 2015 Street Glide, I could play with it, just grab a handful of front brake or a footful of rear brake, and boom, I'd feel the buzz when it was, linking the other brake at the rear, and it automatically links the front. Well, it does it in a way, in a pulse, kind of like when the ABS is going off. And you'd feel it. In my 2017, the Milwaukee 8, the first Milwaukee 8, literally the first one that landed at Northwest Harley-Davidson. It was a demo bike for, I think, 2 weeks. I think it had 200 and something miles on it. I guess the owner was riding it home more than it was getting demoed. So he goes, "You're not going to be afraid?" Not afraid. Nothing you can do to that thing would hurt it. So what I do is, this is like a little lockdown plate, so that you can't press the little release buttons. If you can see, there's a little tab that sticks into these things and locks it down. It reaches in and locks that thing down so it can't slide open. So you just grab it from the back, put light pressure on it, and take a little tool. This is a Honda tool, and just bend that back a little bit, and boop, they'll slide out. So I did one side, and I taped that side up, and used the that cloth electrical tape. Doesn't leave sticky stuff all over everything. And now bunch the other one up, and I just deal with them that way. Because if you go through a tight enough spot, it's nice to do one side and then the other side. It's easy to do. And going back together, sometimes I'll tape them as one, so it's easier to just kind of push them through everything. So I only really need to record one side, because even if this one is from a different manufacturer and the colors have changed, which they're not. But even if they were, this is the one that's going to go back on the bike. So this is the one that's important. All the wires go in the coupler the same way. But these are exactly the same. So no problem there. But it loosens everything up. It makes it much easier to pull all that out. Anyway, that's all there is to it. Just take your time. Don't force anything. You don't want to break any of those little lock tabs in there, because you need that thing to stick in. And so you got the water and dust seals on the back of them. Anyway, she's getting it. There she is. She's been released from her dwelling there. Everything unhooked up there. You can see the hanger way in the back there, next to that little yellow. Well, it's orange, yellow from the Loctite for the bolts here. You're looking there. The wires run down through there. This is what I was telling you, that the switch doesn't come apart like Harley's, and Indians copied the same thing. So you run your heated grip wire through, and just slide the pole and everything through. So they join as one, and then when I get it on here, I can go ahead and put this together and lock it down, so the switch is all one assembly. Then you got the handlebar clamp thing for the handlebar clamp. Take note of the notch, because that only goes one way. There's a notch up front, that has to go in the front, and then you pinch them down just like you would a set of handlebars on a handlebar clamp, and wire the wires and repin everything when you're done, and off to the races you go. There we are. New switch installed, torque down, everything's routed through their clips, going down, going through the hanger on the inside that it's supposed to, going through the top boot, coming out the bottom, routing across, going over between the cowling and the airbox, or the second baffling thing. There's the 2 wires. I've got the front, the heated grip clipped together and all working. Now I just got to pin this together, route it. There's some zip tying I got to do, and put the eyeballs back in it and reassemble, as the old saying goes. There's your headlight wars. They're all curly because you stack them on top of the headlight when you shove the whole thing back in there. Perfect. But anyway, let's get the body work on this thing, get this thing done. Well, there she is. It's all together. Of course, switch and everything works. Tested all that out. And they, I guess they didn't contact the guy because they wanted to make sure that the warranty company was going to cover the switch on this thing, because that switch is really, jeez, it's like almost doubled in price over the years. It's crazy how expensive that thing is. But anyway, I went and asked, the advisor. I said, so what's the deal with the brakes and the brake flush and the rear tire? And this battery is testing okay, but it's 50% health. Its days are numbered. But it looks like I see an SAE plug sticking out, so hopefully he's keeping it on a tender. Excited to get that thing done. But I'd asked him about that, and he goes, oh, that's right, we were waiting. So he called him, and he okayed the... Okay, give me 2 bottles. I've got extra ones. No, I don't. Oh, I got some in that box. But he's going to do I think he's going to do the tire and the brakes. And he's going to hold on the battery. Those batteries are expensive. That Yuasa one's like $189 or something nowadays, somewhere around there. But that's it. She's I'll do the brake fluid thing on Monday. And that's when they scheduled it for me. But all's good. Functions perfect like it should. And this has been superseded like 2 or 3 times since then. I think it might have, maybe it was a vendor thing. Who knows? I had no idea why it did it to the 2019s and some of the 18s. So anyway, that's that for that. Hot ziggity. Still can't wait to tell you guys what we're doing with Harley-Davidson. My mind can't even wrap around it. There's this little corner of my mind that says that something could happen, and it doesn't happen. But when something like this is set up, it's a rare thing. It'd have to be some weird thing, other than some extraordinary thing. But anyway, she's a beauty. Those old style Spyders, the 2nd gen, which is pretty much the 1st gen with dual radiators and a really cool 1330 motor. There was way more updates than that, but to look at it, the big difference you see is the big gaping radiators up front instead of the scoops that basically only the right hand one went to the radiator on the right hand side that was sitting here, that vented out. When the 1330s first came out, all the people, we told them there is no grid on the right hand side, that's supposed to be open. They bring it in for the first service. I know it was on there. No sir, there's not even a place to bolt it. And then the 14s come out and they go, see, I told you, come here. I said, well, this is a different motor. Radiator's up front, yours is way over here. They want your right hand radiator on your twin to be absolutely unrestricted. But I'm gonna bounce at that. Well, hello there, YouTube. The drive home was mostly dry.
It was.
Hit Castle Rock and went into a little bout of rain and stopped at Red Apple over there, and it was wet, but it wasn't raining.
No.
I don't think I even hit the windshield wipers going up the hill. But yeah, nice. Came up, out of the water and took a few breaths, and
Yeah,
feels good.
it does.
Wow, it's been a crazy few days weather-wise. But hope you guys enjoyed the
Which we can't see because there's some little thing.
Yep.
But y'all can see us.
I don't know
sure.
if that got cut off, but it was saying something about cellular something. Thanks for interrupting. I'm using the Apple camera, not one of my other apps.
It's all right.
So it just interrupted right in the middle. But anyway.
It's real.
Yep. It was real. I don't know what y'all saw, but you probably just saw everything normal. The screen went blurry and this thing about use cellular or Wi-Fi.
Sideways and
Mhm.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll roll with that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll chat with you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.
Bye.